Today, I'm gonna show you how to track text to walls, but it's not limited to just that. You can track images to walls, and I'm gonna show you how to get that wall texture on your text. You can also use this in your montage videos. Let's get started. So we got a pretty dynamic clip here. Now, before we get started, it's important to just note what your FPS is at, because this video is in 30 FPS, but our timeline is in 24. So, I mean, we could track all 30 frames, but that's not necessary. We could just do the 24. So let's right click the video, new Fusion clip, head on over to Fusion. Okay, so we're gonna hit Shift Space to bring up the select tool page, and now we're gonna type in planar tracker. Now I wanna track this wall right here, so I'm just gonna kind of outline an area that I like. Something like this. It doesn't have to be the entire wall, we just need some tracking points. Now in our planar tracker, we have to change a few settings. Every video is going to be a little bit different, but generally you're gonna change your tracker from point to hybrid point / area, and then you can go over to your options and adjust your trail length. The further you bring it down, the less tracking points you're going to have, but it's getting rid of anything that's going to be unstable and those tracking points that just kind of jitter around like this. Now you have reference time and it's set at 0, and this is the frame that you're gonna start tracking on. So if you're not starting on frame 0, you need to set your reference time. Now let's just say you go off and now we're not on that reference frame. Well, we could hit go, we snap right back to it. So all we have to do now is just track forward and backwards. Alrighty, so we have our tracking done. Now, technically, we could do everything in this planar tracker node, but I like to separate things out because for me, it's a little bit easier, and there's a little bit of a problem that we could run into, and I'm gonna show you that now. To get text on this wall now, what we need to do is drop in a text node, connect that to this green arrow right here. That's the foreground. I'm just gonna type in hello. Now in the planar tracker, what we need to do is change the operation mode from track to corner pin. You can kind of see some text right there, but what I'm gonna do is just take these corner pins, place them on the wall, and pro tip, try to line this up with things in your video. So this line right here, I'm gonna line it right there. There's kind of a straight line going down right there, and same thing way back here. There's kind of a straight line. Maybe we should even bring this down further like this. There we go. Now we have text on the wall, and as you can see, it's tracked in pretty well. Now this problem that I was talking about, if we don't want the text right here, maybe we want it a little bit further up. Okay, well, we can move it up, but we can only go up so much, or we can only go to the left so much. Well, if we go into our planar tracker, our corner pins create this box, and we can only place the text inside of this box. So there's a little bit of a workaround that we can do. Inside of our planar tracker, we switch our operation mode back to track. At the very bottom, you'll see create planar transform. If we hit that, we get a new node, and this is all of our tracking data. Now that we have all the tracking data, what we can do is add in a merge node right below it, connect this to the green arrow, take our text node, and connect that to the gold arrow, but you can see it's not getting applied correctly. So in between the text and the planar transform, we're gonna hit Shift Space and add in a corner positioner. Now this is pretty similar to that corner pin, but as you can see, the text isn't getting cut off by the corner positioner. This is really nice because now we can freely move around our text without having to worry about this corner positioner and its exact placement. We can line it up with something straight in our video and then place the text wherever we want. I mean, look at that. Perfectly tracked in. Now let's just say we want to have that brick texture on the text to make it kind of look like graffiti. Well, all you have to do, go into that merge and change the apply mode. Something like overlay should work pretty good. That's a little too light. But just go ahead and experiment with each of these apply modes. It all depends on the color of your text and the wall behind it. Hey, there we go. Now we kind of got like some natural looking colors and it doesn't look so out of place. But let's just say you want to add in an image instead of text. Well, all we have to do is just replace this text node. Now you could just drop in the image you want, or if it's in your media pool, find it, drop it in, Boom. Now we have my beautiful face here, but it's a little too big and it's getting cut off by stuff. So let's just add in a transform node right after it, size it down, move it over, all that good stuff, something like this. Now I forgot to mention one thing. If that picture you put in is a different aspect ratio, different resolution, whatever, that's gonna create a little bit of an issue. If I hit play, I'm kind of just floating in space all weird like. So to fix that, let's add a bit of space right here. We're gonna hit shift space and look at that. I already typed it in crop, and this will automatically change this to the aspect ratio of your video. So now if we hit play, I'm staying in place. The only thing I have to do is just resize this. But there you go. That's how you track text to walls or images to walls. You can do a lot of creative things with this. Anyways, that's the video. Goodbye.